Hi guys, this is George Shamoun, and in this video I'm gonna go over the three methods you can use CSS with HTML. The first one is the inline CSS, the second one is the internal, and the third one is the external. So let's get to the video to go into details. The inline, this is an example, and this is how you use it. Let's say you're looking at the codes of HTML, and one of the in the middle of the page you'll see the paragraph tags. This is the open tag and this is the closing tag, and this is the line here. It says line 2. Hi, this is George coding a basic document. And what happened, if you look at the opening tag P here, the way you use the inline CSS, you use the attribute style equal, you open double quotation, and the value of the attribute, in this case it's the color, and then you add colon, color, colon, and you give the value, it's another value which is the red in this case. So this will give this line number 2, will give it the red text. So if you look on a web page and you added this code here, it's gonna give you a red line too. At the end I can show it to you, and actually I can show it to you now. I have it up. So this is line 2. You see it says line high, this, and it's in red text. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation, and now we're gonna go to the internal. Now the internal code, the way you use it, you have to include the tags style, the opening tag style, closing tag style, and they have to be within the head tags. So between the head tags you enter the style tags, you type those style, and in between you add the cascading style sheets, which is the internal code. And why it's called internal, this code will affect the whole page. So since it's between the head and it says a style here, this code, whatever is between the styles tags, it's gonna affect the whole page, what's coming after the head tags. So in this case it's gonna affect, and the way we type it, the format it takes, you add the element that you want to change. In this case it's the P, which is the paragraph, and you open a curly bracelet, and you add the attributes, and then you add their value. So in this case, font dash size, and this obviously will give you the font size, colon x dash large. So this will give the fonts the extra large size. And then if you want to add another specs, you have to add a semicolon, and in this case I'm gonna add color. So the color, again, colon, it's blue. Okay, so I want the text to be colored blue. Next I have to add the semicolon. So if you notice, the semicolon will separate different attributes and their values. So next we have the background color, background dash color, and this is one of the variables, colon, and we add the color here. In this case I added chart rose. Okay, so, and then you add the style, the closing tag style, and the head. So let me show you how this one affect the, so everything should be blue. Okay, so this is, if you notice, those are blue, the fonts are blue, line 1, line 3, line 4, and the text is extra large. All of them are extra large. Now there's one thing, line 2 is red because you have an inline code, styling code for it, and whenever you have an inline code, styling code, it's gonna override the inline one, which affect the whole page, and that's the case here. Okay, even though we had the inline that will affect the whole page and the whole fonts, but line 2 has an inline styling code, and that's what it will go by, the red fonts. This is why you see it red. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation, and now the third one and the final one of Cascading Style Sheets is the external one. And the external one, it takes this format. You look at the head, it's between the head tags, and it's gonna have this form: link space href equal double quotation rel equal double quotation style sheet, and then you close it. And what's different about this, it's gonna be a file that we link to. That's why it says link here. And this code here, the href, it's gonna give you the location of the file. And this one, rel equal style sheet, from what I understand, it's the default that it will tell the code to go get this code here, this file, and apply it for the web page. So I can give you an example of the main.css. So basically, the CSS in this case, it's the folder, and the main.css, it's a file in this folder, and it looks like there is no other variables in front of it, so it must be in the same it is in the same folder. So let's take a look at this file, the main.css, how it looks like, and let me explain what it means. Okay, so this is main CSS file content, and this will apply to the whole page. And what's good, you can use the link we saw before to use it on every page. This way you don't have to keep typing inline codes and internal, so you just link to this file somewhere else. And so what does this do? First, the way the format it takes is you add the container here, actually the element you wanna change, you wanna style. In this case, we're adding a div, which is a container, and in between we're adding the background of the div, which is the color blue, and we need the border style to be solid and the width to fit the content. And then you open and you close the curly braces. And then the second one, I wanted to affect the fonts in each paragraph, and it says you put P here, you enter P, open and close braces, and you add the font size 25px. And in this case, I'm trying to tell the system, make the font size 25 pixels. So that's what it is. And this file you can use as a link. You can link this file to every page on your website, which is easier than applying the internal and the inline codes. So that's it for this tutorial. Let me recap. So first we have the Cascading Style Sheets, and these are codes that will give the HTML its design or format or styling. And the inline, and it's three types. The first one is the inline, the second one internal, and the last one is external. And the inline, it's used on each or one of the codes you choose. It's the same code, you just enter style equal as an attribute and the opening tag of the HTML code. The internal one, you use the style codes, the style tags, opening, closing, between the head tags, and you add whatever you want to affect or change, and it's gonna apply for the whole page, depending what you choose, what elements you choose. And it will not bypass the inline codes. If you have an inline code, the system will use the inline code before using the internal style sheet. And the external one, the external is when you have a styling file. It's stored on a somewhere else on the internet or on your website or in your folder, and you link to it, and inside the file you have the elements that you want to design or change, and it can apply to every page, but you have to add the link elements in every page. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Just send me a tweet to this address here, to this handle, and check out my my YouTube channel. I have a lot of video tutorials over there, and my website. And please add a comments. Just submit your questions or add any comments. Again, my name is George Shamoun, and I want to thank you for tuning in.